So another edition of SPORTSvox. We're here with friend of SPORTSvox, Harry, and today we're going to be talking about England, specifically World Cup to start with. Harry, how do you think they fared overall?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was, it's difficult, Neil, for me to sit here and sort of, get too carried away with what I saw. I felt, we won the first two games. The opposition was poor. Let's not kid ourselves. Panama. I would think Leighton Orient could beat Panama. And Tunisia was not much better, a little bit better. And then obviously we came against Belgium. I felt that was the best result of the tournament, was getting beat by Belgium. It put us in a half of the draw where we had a great run. Yeah. I said before, whoever wins, this is going to be a nightmare. Both managers, I've been there, they stood there watching that game. They can't say it publicly, but deep down they know the best chance we've got of pushing on in this tournament is to get beat here tonight. You don't say it to the players. You can't put that message out. You get crucified by the press or anybody else. So but I'm sure when Belgium got that goal, Roberto wouldn't have been best pleased, really. Sure. I can imagine what he's looking at, and he's got to put on a brave face, and Gareth's like, but deep down, they've gone home that night, back to the hotel room. One manager's going, yes, great, and the other one who's won the game is probably going, oh my God, look now, we've got France, we've got Brazil, how are we going to get, what a run we've got now. Yeah. Whereas, the other manager's looking at Colombia and, Sweden, who were a really second-rate team. Yeah. We had a great passage. Yeah. And I thought we should have beat, on paper, I looked at the game, I thought we can go all the way. I thought we would beat Croatia. Croatia got two or three outstanding players, but also got some quite average ones. And I thought that England could have, but we didn't do it in the end. But overall, no, I like Gareth, and I think he lifted the nation. Everybody got behind the team, and it was a good feeling around in England. So it was great that we had a good World Cup run. And I think, he's in the job for a few years now, which is good as well. And hopefully, he's talking about, promoting a few younger players. But they need to play in their club teams. That's the problem. Even I see Loftus-Cheek may go out on loan to somewhere now. I mean, it's whoever, years ago, if you couldn't get in your club team, you wouldn't have got in the England team. That was for sure. Now it's strange that you can suddenly go out on loan again and still play for England. He's got to be better than that. I think he's got ability. He should be playing. It's a shame that Chelsea won't give him the opportunity.
I just touch on that point because I'm a massive Loftus-Cheek fan, and as a Chelsea fan myself, I followed him, from youth level, and Chelsea with their policy of farming the youth players out on loan quite a bit. How sort of hard is that for a player, to reach those heights, to play in those big World Cup games, and then not be able to get back in their side? How deflating is it?
Well, it must be deflating for him, for sure. I mean, it's he needs to play. You wonder. I don't know why he can't get in the team. I mean, I look at him, you think he's got everything, isn't he? Physique, and the new manager's come in. Surely he's not going to let him go out on loan. He's got to have a look at him and think, right, this kid's a player. Get him in the team. Yeah. So you hope that Chelsea will hang on to him and keep him there, and that he will get his games. He will play regularly this year, but it's a big challenge for him to do. That's the challenge he's got in front of him. He's got to take it.
You mentioned Henderson as well. I don't know whether it was injury or coming back late from the World Cup, why he wasn't in the starting lineup. But with the likes of Keita now, being there in there,
Keita's going to play. He's going to play. No, he's different class. Milner came in and was excellent apparently. And. Yes. So, I mean, Henderson at the end of the season was sort of in and out a little bit. He's got to, establish himself in the team this year, really, and play regular again. And if he does, that's only good for England. Yeah. The more the players play, the more Champions League experience they get, that's good for Gareth.
One player that had a rough ride from the press in the World Cup was Sterling. Great start to the season, scoring against Arsenal. How do you think he fared? Was the criticism just?
I thought it was a bit harsh on him. It seems that Sterling has a problem when he has time in front of goal. If he's instinctive and he's got to do something. When he gets time one-on-one, he makes runs and he gets in with the keeper to beat on so many occasions. Yet when he gets there and the keeper sort of out and he's got to think about what he's going to do, he seems to make the wrong decision more times than he does the right one. that is the kid's problem. But I still thought he was always a threat, always a danger. And yeah, I mean, Gareth's not a fool. He sees him in his best 11 still, so he must be pleased with what he's doing.
Is that just a mental thing to overcome, or is that something
I think it's something he needs to work on. He needs to work on it, you know. I remember when I was at Portsmouth, I brought Luther Bliss in to work with the strikers, and he worked with Yakubu, who I just signed, and he spent hours with Yakubu just going in on goal, one-on-one, finish, you know, telling him once he got in their positions, whether to strike it early or whether to clip it up, you know, getting in them positions and practicing. We don't do enough of that. It's like a golfer. You wouldn't see a golfer. You watch the golf tournament and you see them on the driving range, wouldn't you? For, you know, an hour, 2 hours, putting, chipping, driving. They're practicing. They're doing what they do in a game. I think that we tend to put people in a group. They come out for training, and we group them all together, and they all work. Okay, you might do some team back pattern of play or whatever. But more individual work, more, you know, especially with someone like him, get him in them positions 20 minutes every day, running through on goal, finish. Yeah. You know, to his confidence the world of good and his technique good as well, and I think that's what he needs.
Okay. Could it have gone all different then for England? You know, if they won against Belgium and maybe gone out in the next round, would there have been the same enthusiasm around the England squad? I mean, there was a completely different approach, both off the field as well, with the way they're liaising with the media. Yeah. But could that bubble have been burst very early?
No, I think it will change. You know what it's like. They're with you when you're winning, and if you get beat, if they'd have gone out, you know, I think that they'd have looked at it and gone, well, hang on, we beat Panama, Tunisia, lost to Belgium. Oh, sorry, I beat Belgium. You know, both teams had a reserve team out, and then gone out the round after. So. But you never know. I mean, we may well have turned France over. You don't on the day. You can never tell, can you? Yeah. Even though France would have been favourites, but you know, I think England we have got some good players. I think we've got some, you know, some big pluses come out of the tournament. You know, Harry Maguire was fantastic. Yes. John Stones was great. You know, Kyle Walker playing right sided centre half. Trippier getting forward from right back was top drawer. So I think there was lots of pluses, you know, to come out of that tournament. Yeah. So the future, there's certainly some decent young players there for the future for Gareth.
And how important, I mean, obviously there's been a fair few international managers of the England side over the years. How important in your eyes is it to have, you know, a English manager of the national team?
I think it's important. I think we know he's come through the ranks and, you know, he's worked with the under-21s and progressed from there. And I think it's good that they've given, you know, he's got the opportunity now, you know. I think Sam would have had a good World Cup. You know, people said, I had someone on TalkSport, one of the presenters, well, you know, if Sam had been here, we wouldn't have done this, we wouldn't have, you know, I don't know, who knows what, you can't tell, it's all hypothetical on it, you know. But no, Gareth picked up the reins when Sam left and he's done a good job. He's done a good job. It remains to be seen whether we can ever win a tournament, you know, that is the key, isn't it? But we've got players really that should be competing, I think, for every tournament. You know, we should certainly be there or thereabouts.
Were there any players in your eyes not part of that squad or didn't get a chance in the tournament that, you know, 2-3 years down the line you think are going to be, you know, the real backbone?
The younger ones, I don't know, everybody talks about Foden. I haven't seen enough of him to know how good. Is he going to get in Man City's team? You know? If he doesn't again this year, where does he go from? You know, suddenly he's 20 years of age, and then it's when's he going to play? You know, the longer you don't play, the kid needs to play. Someone needs, you know, you hope that Pep will show some belief in him, not just bring him on, League Cup, you know, Carling Cup or whatever the cup's called, Carabao Cup.
The Carabao Cup now.
Games and you know, but actually get some Premier League games in. But whether he will, I wouldn't be sure. I don't know. You know, managers don't suddenly, I've got to give him some experience. You know, he's English, and the people want him. It don't work that way. It's short. You need results. It's a result business, and you'll pick the players that you think can get you results. And you know, they've got so many good players at Man City. Can he break into that midfield or that number 10 spot, or whether he wants to play? Very difficult.
One of the other things from the World Cup was the introduction of VAR. Pros and cons. What's your overall opinion on VAR?
I think you know, the only problem is, you know, it's sort of, if it's every decision, every time a goal goes in, you don't know whether to cheer or, you know, people, it's instant reaction. They want to cheer a goal, don't they? The crowd. Now they'll stand there, hang on, what's happening? Ref's going, oh, hang on, we've got another 5-minute wait before we know if it's a goal or not. So that is a problem. But there are certain decisions for sure. It's getting the right decisions now. I mean, goal line technology before that was years, should have come in years ago. When you look at it, you know, with suddenly that's been a real good introduction, you know. And I think this will be once they get it bedded down and realise that, you know, the refs master the technique of it all and what they can do with it. So I think it'll be fine.
So overall positive.
Yeah, I think positive.
Not this season, next season.
I think it'll be positive. You know, I think it'll get decisions right.
I think
it'll stop a lot of holding, in the box and all. This, you know, coaches have got to learn people how to defend learn defenders how to defend properly, or forwards, whoever, back from corners. All this looking at someone and just grabbing hold of them, that's illegal. I mean, you know, so necessarily we will get penalties given, and eventually then players will stop. You're going to be saying to your players, don't hold on anybody in the penalty because it's being and it'll be a penalty. Don't do it. And so eventually, and get their position right, get their body position right, get them watching the ball and the man, and make sure they haven't got to be grabbing hold of someone. Don't put your hands on someone, otherwise it's going to be picked up and it's going to be a penalty. So I think that's got to be great.
Do you think sides are adopting more of a zonal defending problem from corners?
Yeah, possibly, or just marking properly, you know, just as people used to mark. You had a man, and if I'm marking you, but I'm not out grabbing hold of you. The ball's over there, and they're looking at the man. How can you, if the ball could hit them on the back of the head, they wouldn't even know. They're never looking at the ball. Instead of being sideways on and making sure I can see you, you touch tight, where, you know, you can feel them, but you're not grabbing them, but you're there. And if the ball comes in front, you're the first to it. If it's over the back, you're challenging. You've got to, that's, you know, proper marking. That needs to come back into the game.
Yeah, I think that really helped with the introduction.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be important.